I don't. I mean, if I need to get one, I guess.
I think you should get one.
No, okay. And the purpose of that is what?
Just so that we can have more data to measure potential risks.
Oh, okay.
Right? So this watch here, the information that's being tracked,
right,
goes into my app.
Got it.
Right, and so on a daily basis, for example, it's tracking my sleep, it's tracking my heart rate.
Right.
It's tracking my heart rate when I'm walking, my heart rate when I'm at rest, like all these factors are important to know. And then your score, so my score, I see this clearly, but since my score increased by 3 points today, because improvement in sleep and my biological health, right? And so, yeah, it looks like it's a glare on it.
Yeah.
Assessment. Yep, just click right there. And so it's going to ask you about 14 questions.
I have some questions for you. Do I need to click on these things, or does it show me?
Yeah, hit OK, or I can explain the score to you. So your score is going to be a number between 0 and 1,000 that represents your overall health. They're going to get scored in mental health, physical health, nutrition, performance, all of those, and then altogether it's going to give you a score between 0 and 1,000.
Okay, cool.
And our goal is to help you to get as high as possible in that score through working with us.
Okay. So okay, so I can just check these boxes.
Just hit OK, let's go. Okay, let's go, and then click save. So the second one that says OK, let's go. Click that. Okay, now hit save.
So what's your applicable age of clients that you work with? Is it any age or just?
Any age. We're trying. Our vision is to become the universal healthcare provider for the Black people.
How many hours? Okay, so I do cover a few yards on a weekly basis. I don't have to ride in normal, but I do weeding, so that's what my bill. And I work with the small kids, 2 hours a week.
They get you out of breath.
Well, it's infants. It's 0 to 1.
So they're moving around too.
No, not too much. It's more me talking and dancing, singing. I mean, I kind of.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So it's not. So what? So we're talking about maybe playing girls. 8 or 10 hours.
That's pretty solid.
Actually, I feel my shit. I'm not that bad out of shape. It's just that I'm just overweight. That's my biggest problem. With this weight on, I think I'll be really,
Right. Would you prefer me to ask you the questions and then you give me an answer? You got
yes, that'll work.
Okay. So, do you feel good about the quality of your sleep?
No.
Not at all?
No. I'm a light sleeper, and anything that makes noise, I'm very long term. You know, I was part of the SWAT team, federal government.
I watched the TV series SWAT on Netflix.
Well, we never really got involved. We were more with Department of Energy, more of a site. So we were interacting with people, we were more of employees. It was just that you do a lot of training, and they always taught you. That's why you always see me looking around. I can't keep them. I always, because my mind stays in what they call. You got the 5 code, yellow, white. That's you. Two of just looking like, wow, you're not paying attention, you don't know who's where, what's, around you. You got yellow said you're always curious, you're always just looking and watching. Orange, you get really, really hyped, but something could happen.
Right.
I'm between yellow and orange. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's good or bad.
Probably not great. Not all the time.
So, So I
probably okay in certain
so I don't really relax a whole lot. I'm always, and it's not that anybody looking for me, it's just that I'm always just kind of, just that mindset, as a law enforcement officer supposed to have.
Right.
Like I said, I've been away from it for a minute, but I kept that same mindset because I've seen so many people who, because they don't have that mindset, they find themselves in positions or situations that they could have easily avoided just by recognizing that person on the highway walking around with a trench coat on.
Right.
And not knowing where your exit doors are, where safety, what different people coming, concealment, get gunshots, you just don't break out, start running, first things supposed to hit the ground. Just things like that runs through my mind.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And that's just me. And so, to answer your question, no, I don't sleep a lot at night. I might go to bed at and then my son gets up at 4. So when he gets up, I'm always alert, hearing things. He usually wakes me up 2 or 3 times. Well, just from the noise he makes. So I get maybe 5 hours of sleep. And that's a good night. Good night, 5 hours.
Do you feel anxious or under stress?
That's a good question.
Very much
sometimes,
so, not at all.
I would love to see very mad. So I think I do carry a lot of stress. I think I do because I'm always concerned, especially for my kids, especially my daughter. My kids are running and always calling her. She says, "Hey, Paul." So I'm not trying to check where you are, just so I do have, anxiety issues. And also, just being an entrepreneur, that's another level of stress. Working with public, people, and that's what I do. I work with children, babies. It's always everything.
Yeah, with parents.
At any day, at any time, something can just, just go wrong. Anything in there. So yes to that question. I do live on it.
So would you say, on the scale, let's say it's 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100%?
At least 50%. And I used to go to church quite a bit, but I have not attended church in a while because that was one of my ways of relieving my anxieties. Just go there and kind of, get in that mindset of relaxing and just learning that God.
Why aren't you consistently going anymore?
Well, I just had a bad experience, and I know that has nothing to do with Jesus, but it's just people, dealing with people. People are so fallible, people just, they paint one picture, and at the end of the day, we're all human beings, full of flaws. And that's how I see church. Church is just another business. God is just a business, I recognize business.
Right.
And so when I'm looking at you, more in tune with your self-worth as opposed to the worth of others. It's like, what's the difference? Why am I even here? Why am I even supporting? So, it's just one of those types of things. Some people love it, some people don't care. But because I do deal with black folks from the hood, and I'm from the hood, it bothers me because, I always want to get inspiration to our people. And sometimes to be an inspiration, you have to be a good teacher. You have to sometimes, not that you need to be transparent, but people perish because of lack of knowledge, information. And because like I said, I study everything, I watch everything, I look at everything, see how things function. I look at my flaws because I have lots of flaws. But I recognize my flaws, but at the same time, I also understand why the sweat on your brush should be eat. In other words, you don't work, you don't eat.
Right.
So that's why my work has always been really, really good. The first person I ever met that called me longer was my wife. She calls me lazy. Okay. But to her standards, I am.
Yeah.
To her standards. But that was one of the reasons, why I came back out. I just started back about 3 months ago. I joined church out east, and I'm working my way back in. But that's it's just that I just see a lot of things that's breaking out for me. You be a young African American man, you probably haven't seen as much as I have, but you from New Orleans, so I'm sure you sometimes scratch your head and ask yourself, that situation would have been better had this young man or teenager had a little more guidance. And the problem is that we try to put the blame on parents, and my question is, well, how could you put the blame on the person who may be the parent but has never been taught how to be a parent?
Right.
Just because you have a child means exactly more than enough. Most people don't realize that 0 to 5, anybody's white girls, minds, and white person, most powerful time in a child's life. 5 is by the time you're 5 years old, your brain is 90% developed. Which means if you grew up in poverty, you have a 10% chance of being out of poverty. And if you grew up in trauma, which most of us have, you literally doomed. I mean, you can say it like that, but it's really bad for us. And that's how come we don't see progression in black people's lives. I don't care where you go. I've been a few places where black folks train everywhere we go. The same traits. And white people, on the other hand, those who don't really make it in the world and struggle, it's not by choice, but straight up that they came through bad situations, trauma. But they do have mentors they can watch and see and develop themselves. Xavier is a very good school,
Absolutely.
And that's one thing I love about Xavier is that you get to see other young black men. It's a shame that you see more black women than black men.
Yeah, way more in Xavier.
And
way more in general in college.
By far. I finished from Dillard. It was bad back then. The ratio. It's even worse now. With black men don't go to college, which really you don't have to go to college. You just have to find a good skill. But that's always been my what bothers me, because I always want to live a good, fulfilling life, which doesn't just involve me and my family, but just how could I, have a godly person. I tell my kids, I say, a man isn't the fact that he's able to raise his own children, but a real man is a man who can take care of another man's child. You take care of another man's child. If you your child, you're a real man. You don't see people that you really not. Not that I'm trying to change the world, but I'm just trying to change things that I do, the things I can bring to the table. And that's one reason why too we have this conversation, because I saw you, I get excited. I see black men, young black men in business, and I said, I want to support you. And hey, you are definitely doing something that I desperately need. So it's not like I'm just
donating.
That's right. So I'm looking to get something out of this. So I can be a mouthpiece for your business. No problem with that. Excuse me for being long because I do talk a lot.
No, it's fine.
I'm a talker.
It's
my wife tells me all the time, boy, shut up.
No, church is important. Religious practice in general is important. In fact, there's data that shows that it can add 4 to 14 years to your life. Regularly attending church service because of all the benefits that you mentioned. Now, it's important to find the right place. Right? You got to resonate with it because it can also be a source of stress and.
Well, that's what happened to me in my younger days when I met my wife. I met my wife in church, and it was beautiful back then, but these things kind of twisted.
It's definitely. It's a business now in a lot of ways. And I share that sentiment. The value, the core value still exists, and you can find that in your church, or you create your own family church, whatever it may be. Work with them or work with us, make it regular for sure. How often do you eat at least 2 servings of fruits and vegetables each day?
Oh, each day? Oh, no, you can throw that away.
Never? Rarely?
Can't recall.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I used to grab a banana, but I stopped buying bananas because I get a lot of them. And I just sit there and they just watch the fruit flies start attacking and throw them in the trash.
Yeah.
So, no.
What about vegetables? More than 2 servings a day? Or
No.
2 servings, or at least 2 servings a day?
A day, no.
What about a handful of nuts, like seeds, almonds?
I love almonds, but I eat my almonds with chocolate. Chocolate almonds, which I make different.
Dark chocolate?
No. In fact, my sister told me, because I'll go to Costco and buy the big old thing of almonds, chocolate, and like I said, some reason.
Yeah.
She said, no, you might got to get the dark chocolate. Oh, no. I said, no. But,
okay,
no.
So you get the milk chocolate.
Yeah, milk chocolate. Yeah, so that I need to.
What's the passcode?
Okay. Yeah, that took too long. All right. Okay,
so, how often would you say you eat the chocolate-covered almonds?
Well, I cut back quite a bit because it was milk chocolate. You see, but I did have some last month.
So I say sometimes you eat?
Yes, sometimes. Yes, sometimes.
So I'll give you the points for the almonds, but I'm going to knock you when they ask you about the chocolate.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so how often do you drink more than 1 glass of sugary drinks per day? So that could be like soda.
Man, I don't drink water.
Don't drink water.
I can't remember. Yesterday I drank the first thing of water. I had smart water that I had. 1 liter, 2 liters. That took me maybe a day to finish up and off. But past that, I can't tell you when I had water.
Yeah.
Because I drink a lot of
usually juice.
Yeah, mango. I love that Milo, M-I-L-O. It's not really fortified with a lot of sugar, but it's sweet tea. And they also have the lemonade, so I kind of make me an Arnold Palmer. That's my drink.
Yeah.
That's my drink.
Okay. We get a lot of calories from our juice.
Yes.
Sugar, a lot of calories.
Yes.
That's how it sneaks up on us.
Yes.
Because it's easy to drink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can't eat as much as you can drink in calories. And so
yeah, but I'm guilty of that. So that's what I really want to focus on. Taking in more water. In fact, a couple of my kids, they drink a lot of water.
Good.
Yeah, my son spent almost 2 gallons, just every day.
That's a lot.
He's a big guy. He used to be on this program.
Yeah.
He's just 25, 24 years old. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
5'9", 200, about 280. But he went down to 230, but he gained it right back, So he's like,
it's a mentality thing, man. It's a mentality thing. You try to lose weight, and not change your lifestyle.
Sure.
You're gonna lose the weight, but it's gonna come right back.
Yeah.
How often do you choose whole grain products over refined? So like.
Well, I don't eat white rice any longer.
Okay.
And my wife just talked to her that we don't eat the brown rice.
Okay.
So I do understand that.
What about bread?
Bread, brown wheat.
Sweet. Okay.
Yes, we don't buy white bread.
A few more questions.
All right.
How often do you snack without noticing? Where you just kind of like eating?
No, I notice.
Bored, eating.
Well. Do you call buying donuts a snack? Because I will sometimes every other day I will buy maybe 2, 3, half a dozen donuts. I try to fight it now that that's the thing that always have pulled me for the last 30, 40 years, donuts. I don't snack on a lot of.
It's a law enforcement thing. Is that a real thing?
Well, you know what? Actually, it was before that started. Since a little kid. You know, my brother used to bring me to this place right by the African right off of Williams Boulevard. There's a tasty donut. That's where I think I got hooked. I was probably 7, 8 years old. They've been around for a while. But that's always been my favorite pastime snack.
Yeah.
You know.
So would you say sometimes just snack to snack, often just snack to snack?
I would say
rarely.
I would say often. I snack on the wrong type of food because I don't eat a lot. You know, I don't. When I eat dinner, I don't just stuff myself. So it's a bad eating the juice because I eat overweight.
Right.
So if I can cut back on those items, you know, I could be 200 pounds. I think by Christmas. I really, I really believe that. You know, I can.
You said you're at 240 right now?
I'm at 242 as of this morning.
And how often do you eat 2 to 3 main meals a day?
One. Like today, I only had breakfast. And that was egg, grits, bacon. And I have not eaten anything since. And this was time, 5 o'clock?
6.
Yeah, 6, okay. And I'm sure tonight I'll probably go hook me up with a nice hamburger at home, you know, and some onions and whatnot on it. You know, it'll just be one burger. So my mind is not, you know, I'm really trying to watch what, you know, and it's lean. It's not that 80%. I'm always doing 93%, you know, 7% fat, I guess, 90% lean. That's the type of meat, you know, that I buy at the burger. And so I only want one big meal a day.
Okay.
Everything is just snacking, drinking a lot of juice.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay. Are you currently a smoker?
Never smoked in my life. Never smoked in my life. And as far as alcohol, last time I drank alcohol was at my niece's wedding. It was 2 months ago. And before then, years.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm not a. Yeah,
good.
So,
I mean, those two smoking and drinking, they do a lot of people.
Well, I don't smoke because my baby smoked 2 packs, and I think that's what took him out. You know, because back then all that nicotine, he was just, you know, he's a military guy, you know, World War II vet. So that's all he did was just, you know, like a plot.
Yeah. Okay, so here's your score. It's 495, which is
out of 1,000.
Out of 1,000, which means that it's fair. It's close to the low range starts at 479. So relatively close to that. Now, if you look at each section, you can see how full those sections are, right? So the activity section is pretty full compared to the nutrition section, and you can see how full it is based on how much the color fills up the space. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, for example, click on the nutrition section. Yeah, click on it. And then click on where it says low right here. Alright, so that's your nutrition score out of 1,000. Right, that's where we need to do the most work. Okay, to have the most impact on your score. So close that. So within the app, we actually have resources that you can connect with. For example, a list of healthy restaurants, and we can still continue to add to them. So if you're ever like, what should I eat? You go right there and go get a meal from one of those restaurants.
Wow, love it.
Right?
I love
We're trying to simplify the process.
My son told me to place on Broad Street, vegan.
Okay.
Place. Yeah, he took me there. Because I like
that restaurant's not on that list.
It's not on there. Okay, it's vegan right there.
It's vegan. No, I'm familiar. It's called Sweet Soul Food.
Yes.
So I'm vegan myself.
Yes.
That's not a health food restaurant.
It's not.
No.
So that means it's not the best.
That's right. So the thing about vegan food, I think people often just assume that if it's vegan, it's healthy.
Right. Yes.
But that's not necessarily the case because they can still pump it with sugar. They can still pump it with salt.
Interesting you said that. because I like sweet and sour chicken,
Mm-hmm.
from Chinese restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, "Hey, you eat this right here, you forget about the chicken. He said, 'Cause it's like eating chicken."
Is
And I said, "Now how can I eat? What was it? Sprouts, whatever it was they were frying, whatever they had."
Cauliflower.
Yes, cauliflower. And it was pretty sweet, it had that taste. It had so
That was very good.
yeah.
Don't get
So
me wrong.
so apparently they had to put some type of sauce in it to
And they deep fried it.
yeah.
There's nothing healthy about deep fried food. I don't care if it's plants. I don't care if it's.
Wow.
There's nothing good about deep fried food.
Wow.
Now that doesn't mean like
Sure,
don't
sure,
ever eat it
sure.
in life.
Yeah.
But enjoy it.
Yeah,
Enjoy it.
just got to kind of cut back. But that is a good step in the right direction.
I think it is.
Uh-huh. In my case.
I think so. So the main reason is because LDL cholesterol. You ever heard of that before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
LDL cholesterol, and more specifically a marker called ApoB, is the strongest predictor of heart disease. Right? And the number one source of LDL cholesterol, number one source of elevating your ApoB is dietary saturated fat, which comes from animal protein primarily. So you talked about you get the 93%, right? So that's 7%.
Right.
That 7% fat
Right.
that's in that animal
Right.
protein is problematic.
Right.
And so it's good that you stay on the leaner side of it, but as much as you can minimize
Right.
the volume of
What about ice cream?
not advocate for things.
I love pistachio ice cream,
Okay.
and that is one of my pastime snacks.
Pretty good.
And I can throw it down.
Yeah.
I had purchased it. One thing though, I refuse to buy ice cream when it's over $8. Not that I can't afford it, just I used to buy it when it was $4.99, and now these
That wasn't
places-
too long ago.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds about.
You're absolutely right. Now it's $8 and
No way. For a gallon ice cream?
Yes, $8.99.
No.
Yeah, oh yeah. So one time I'll buy it when it's on sale for $6.99. Other than that, I can walk by it all day.
Yeah. Wow.
The minute I see that $6.99,
Man.
come with me.
Yeah.
You know,
I get
so
it. Okay.
so, and I know there's nothing good about pistachio. Maybe the almonds.
Pistachios are good. Pistachios, the actual nut.
Yeah, but the ice cream.
Pistachios are
Yeah.
But most black people
Right.
shouldn't be eating dairy
Right.
at all.
Right.
Most of us are
Okay.
lactose intolerant.
Yes.
Causes a lot of inflammation, mucus
Yes.
buildup.
Yes.
Again, remember that
Yes.
thing I told you at the
Yeah.
beginning. Like, we come into this world relatively healthy,
Yes.
and it's not until we engage with the world
Sure.
and consume things that cause inflammation,
Right.
right, or just provide things
Right.
that we don't
Right.
need, that we start to develop disease. And when we eliminate them,
Sure.
our
Sure.
body returns
Right.
to health.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Again, don't be a tyrant to yourself.
Sure.
I think that a lot of people make that mistake,
Yeah.
and then they just throw their hands up. Right? But there need to be some core tenets that you must do on a daily basis. Focus on adding what you need, and we'll start working toward elimination. If you're in a position where you can do both,
Sure.
it's even better.
Sure.
But
What was your motivation to become a vegan person?
it was actually environmental. Yeah. I learned basically that animal agriculture,
Right.
growing cows, was like driving most of like the greenhouse gas emissions in the world. And I was like, well, I don't really want to be a part of
Sure.
contributing to climate change. And sure, my contribution as much as possible.
So you learned that in high school?
I learned that in college.
Yeah. Okay.
I learned that in college, and
Okay.
so then I started doing research to learn like
Sure.
whether or not I can actually live without
Right.
eating meat. Right. So,
Right.
so this is up until 22.
Right.
Right. And then once I learned that I could, I was like, oh. And I
Right.
started the process. Then it
Right.
became more. About like the ethics
Sure.
related to how we treat the animals, and then it became about health. Health was the third factor for my plant-based.
Right. Right.
living.
Right.
But the people who live the longest in the world, right? There are pockets throughout the world where people are living past their 100s regularly.
Sure.
They eat 95 to 100% plant-based diets.
Right.
95 to 100% plant-based diets. Some of them eat some fish sometimes,
Right.
but most of them
Right.
all plant.
So real fish is a good thing.
It's much better fried chicken.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It's a must.
Because
Yeah.
when we do go out to eat, family, my number one choice on the menu is pasta.
Yeah.
Shrimp pasta.
Okay.
And I know pasta.
Any like Alfredo or just?
Yes, Alfredo sauce. Got to the Alfredo sauce. You know, and that's, and I know that's gonna be tough to get rid of.
Yeah.
But I know that Alfredo sauce is deadly. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because I'm looking at it and all that oil and grease, whatever that's in it, and you know, and
The salt.
yes, man. So I don't do it a whole lot.
Okay.
Now I used to, you know, weekly, but now, you know, it's every, you know, blue moon, I guess. And so I'm trying to, well, I eat more of meat now when we go, you know, maybe steaks, some filet or something, you know. But I'm just, you know, I'm giving this a try.
Yeah.
Man, you know.
Yeah. So
That could be easy,
we're
but-
gonna focus on nutrition.
Yeah.
Right. So we focus on nutrition and sleep. So we have a 10-component blueprint
Right.
to health.
Right.
The most important is
How many hours?
if you can get 8, and it depends on age, it depends on your body, but
Right.
7 to 9 hours per
Right.
night. I schedule my sleep before I schedule anything else.
Is that so? Man, you sleeping 30 of your life away, bro.
But I'm more efficient as a
Yeah,
consequence.
but you live long.
Yep.
You make up for it.
That's
Yeah, that's how you gotta look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do 6
Right.
from time
Sure,
to time.
sure.
I can do a period of time with 6, but I shoot for that 8. And
Okay.
in my experience,
Mhm.
even working when I was working
Right.
80 hours a week last year,
Right.
8 hours a night was
Sure.
really
Sure.
key to that.
Sure. So I'm assuming you don't have any kids.
Not that early.
Okay. So yeah, well that makes it easy for you.
Oh no!
you know?
Trust me. My ex-girlfriend, she had
Right. Right.
he was 6 months.
Right. Yeah, but you know
Not
what I'm
even a
talking
year
about.
when we got together. And
Yeah.
he'd wake up at
Oh yeah.
1:37 a.m. That was his favorite
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what it was about 1:37.
Sure. 137.
But
That
I would often, that takes a toll.
Well, that takes me to another thought of mine that I had. You said when he wakes up at a particular time in the morning, early in the morning, very early. At 3 o'clock, for whatever reason, something will start wake me up.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think myself, man, please, let it not be 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Check the phone.
3 o'clock, exactly.
Right.
To the point where I said, well, maybe, you know,
What time are you going to sleep?
I can go to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you know, it's always 3 o'clock, you know, and I was to the point where I said, maybe my dad waking me up, maybe Jesus got something to tell me, you know, if it got to that point,
It's
I'm
probably
serious.
stress. It's probably stress related.
You know, it's just like I could just, you know, and now and for a while it stopped happening, but just the other night, something started me and I looked at the clock, oh, it'll not be 3. And I waited for a while. And then I finally looked, it said 3:01. So well, maybe that happened, probably wasn't right at 3, and I'm just waiting for a whole minute later. But it doesn't freak me out now, but it used to, you know. So maybe just my mind, you know, like I said, could be stress.
Especially with fluctuates like that. I would say, so for sleep, okay, we're gonna work on sleep and nutrition.
Yeah, okay.
Nutrition-wise, water.
Right.
Especially if you're only gonna be eating 1 meal a day.
Right.
We get a lot of our hydration from food.
Does it matter if it's a good brand water or high pH balance?
Spring water.
Spring water. So it doesn't matter whether it's that Santi or Smart or it could be regular store brand.
I think store brand, like as
water,
local as possible. No, water. I wouldn't say water is water.
Okay.
But spring water in particular.
Right.
Is the optimal water.
Okay.
So if you could, I drink Ozarko primarily.
Right.
I know there are these fancy. Hydrogen water. Is the most optimal. Turns out that's a little more expensive, hard to come by.
Or alkaline, high on alkaline.
It's not sure. I'm not sure yet what the. I think that might be half marketing, half science.
Got it. I agree because my thought is always, well, how do I know what's in it?
Definitely, that's gonna be hard
You know, I mean,
part, especially in this country.
I see the writing on it, you know,
Yeah.
but no,
As locally as you can get spring water, get
Right,
that, right? So,
right.
but
Okay, right,
even if it's 75%
Sure.
adulted by the system,
sure,
I mean, even if it's 25% messed up,
right.
it's still
Okay.
benefiting from getting
So,
hydrated.
eight ounces, 8 times, 6 gallons a day.
2/3 a gallon is probably okay, especially if you're not, depending on the day. So if you're exercising
Right,
a lot,
right.
then yeah,
What about Powerade? I mean, I know it's a lot of sugar.
stay away from
Stay away from Powerade.
it.
Gatorade,
It's the same thing.
same thing.
Probably a little worse.
Good.
This is so high in
Okay.
sugar. It's so high in
So
sugar.
no,
Unless you're gonna be like an extreme
now-
athlete.
I am beginning to start taking. My wife told me I should start drinking more protein drinks
Mm-hmm.
because I used to have nice big muscles, man. I lost a lot of muscle mass.
You stop working out.
Yeah.
That's why the muscle went away.
That's what it is.
Not because
Okay.
there's
so
not
not
enough protein in your
that's what
diet.
she told me. Not getting enough protein.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
All
it's
right.
so
Right.
I do my blood work at the
Right.
doctor often, right?
Right.
And
Right.
my protein levels are
Uh-huh.
at the top of the good range, right? So there's
Right.
low, then there's high,
Right,
but
right.
mine's like right before high. But look at me.
Right. Sure.
People
Right.
think that I'm low on protein.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's only because I'm not lifting, I'm not running.
Right. I got
You
you.
see what I'm saying? So it's really,
Right.
are you building the muscle by stressing it? And if you're not, then it's gonna go away.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, we don't need that
Okay.
much.
Don't need that much. Okay. So, is there any amount of protein that the body should take?
About
daily?
half body weight,
Okay.
but maybe even half goal body weight.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So if your goal is to be about 200 to maybe about 100 grams of protein a day.
Okay.
Ideally, most of that comes from nuts, seeds, beans. You
Right.
big
Yes.
on beans?
Yes.
Beans.
Love my red beans.
Beans.
Yes.
Potatoes.
Right.
Those are staples of my diet.
I do potatoes. Yeah.
Good. Variety of potatoes. I'm gonna put together. There's one supplement I want you to start. I've been taking it myself. It's
Right.
called AG1. It's like a
Okay.
comprehensive nutrition supplement. You
Mhm.
mix it with water every morning.
Sure.
You get 75 of the
Mhm.
vital,
Mhm.
minerals that you need. Because
Mhm.
even if you're eating everything, doing everything right,
Sure.
there's still a lot that you might be
Sure.
missing because of just how messed
Right.
up our food system is.
Right.
Um,
Now, one thing I do notice with me, and maybe because my brother had it 1 year past, he was in the early stages of dementia.
okay.
And I noticed with me from time to time, I'll say something and I have another thought. And it's like, man, I was going to say something. It's like it's just, or I'm trying to remember something or somebody's name, or it's like, I see this person, I know this person, and it just can't.
Yeah.
And I know
Thoughts
it
and memories.
comes with age, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I know you can probably prolong it perhaps, or you can work on doing something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've not, do you
Being as healthy as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like you're talking about, it's a natural
Yeah.
progression, and it's not necessarily that it has to happen, though,
Mhm.
right? Like you can maintain your mind
Right.
through the entirety of your
Sure.
life.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
We've kind of gotten away from using our brains
Yeah.
because of technology.
Right,
So that might be part of it.
Sure.
Probably might be just
Got it.
outsourcing brain storage, for example, to our
Yeah.
devices.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's a good point.
But what you want to do is you want to reduce the stress that your body is put through on a daily basis so that it can be optimized.
Sure.
Right? If you're carrying too much weight, your brain are not optimized, right? Because it's doing all this work to maintain those processes. If you're constantly stressed, if you're constantly digesting, that's really one of the most important ones to address. If you're eating all the time and your body is constantly digesting, that means most of the blood and energy is going toward digestion as opposed to focus and alertness. Right? And so, the most powerful thing that you can do to extend your lifespan, and which is why I'm starting with nutrition, is to eat less often. That doesn't necessarily mean eat less, but you need to go a few hours without food. So
Right.
I would say at least
Right.
you can probably manage 13 hours a day to start without eating, and part of that could be while you're asleep. Okay. That fasting, what happens is when you're in a fasted state, your body goes into rejuvenation.
Yeah.
Right. You ever heard of this before?
Yes. Yes.
And basically it breaks down old, damaged, dysfunctional cells and proteins
Sure.
that are causing
Sure.
the brain fog and
Sure.
lack of mental clarity and the pain and the inflammation. I can't tell you how many days. So I eat one full meal, one real meal a day, and I snack sometimes throughout the day with nuts and stuff like that.
Right.
But by the end of the day, before my meal, my body feels clean.
Okay.
It feels clean, like no inflammation. I wish that for everybody.
Right.
But you can only get there if you've had an extended fast.
Okay. Now also it's told that long period of fasting isn't good because you think you're losing weight, your body goes into storing the fat, survival mode. That's what it's survival mode, which means you may drop some pounds, but you don't necessarily burn fat because the body's really maintaining itself.
Yeah.
Starvation
Who
mode.
told you that?
My wife.
Your wife. Okay. So
Yeah,
let's work through the logic of that.
Okay.
So at first, okay, cool. Your body thinks it's in starvation.
Right.
I argue it takes a while before your body feels like it's in starvation. Most of us don't touch
Right.
starvation mode in our lifetime because we have
Sure.
access to
That's true.
starvation mode is a lot longer
Let's
than
use my son for example.
Yeah.
He went from like almost, he's probably 320 when he started losing weight. He lost a lot over a short period of time. But later on, he gained that weight back just as fast, you know, and he took for him to lose it. And so my wife told him that, you know, you put the body in starvation mode. So your fat cells, and I also saw on television too, it said you never can get rid of your fat cells. Once you get them in your body, they're there for a lifetime. And
fat cells, sure,
yeah.
but the amount
Okay.
of fat.
Okay. And my wife, she does like Dr. Now, you know, on TV at 600 pounds and over.
Oh,
She
okay.
watches it. So it's always about, you know,
Gotcha. So
obesity. So, you know,
Right.
that's what she, you know, there's a lot of information. And she's a registered nurse as well.
okay, yeah,
But-
our healthcare system does not know how to create
Right.
health.
Right.
It knows how to treat disease.
Got it.
That's
Makes
it.
sense. Yeah. Yeah. Treat this.
They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They do a real
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Treat
That's
disease.
right.
So
Oh,
I
they
would-
treat the symptoms, huh?
that's it.
Yeah.
I would be
Yeah.
hesitant to
Yeah.
take in anything
Yeah.
coming out of that system
Right.
for health.
Yeah.
Now, going back to the fat burning and storage, I mean, if you do get close to like feeling like you're in starvation mode, the
Right.
body might do that, right? Because it wants to be able to preserve.
Right. Right.
But when you're not burning calories that you're putting in, it immediately goes to stored calories, which are stored as fat in the body. Average normal weight person has about 100,000 calories stored in their body. I got 100,000 calories stored in my body right now. People who are a little heavier have a lot more stored energy,
Sure.
right? And so
Right.
when you're not putting food in,
Right.
because it's always going to go to what you put in first, right? But when there's none of that there, it's going to go to stored fat.
Right.
It's got to burn that fat to use it.
Got it.
So the logic kind of makes sense, and there may be a period where like there's a delay in, but if there's already a bunch of stored fat, why would the body need to get better at storing if it's already a bunch of stored fat
Sure.
there? It's going to go straight to that and burn that for energy,
Got it.
right? And the more time you spend burning fat for energy, the better your body gets at burning fat for energy, right?
Okay.
Right now, our bodies are really good at storing fat because we're always eating in excess,
Right. Right.
right? So that's part of why it takes a little
Right.
time for it to fall off.
And in my case, I'm a couch potato. Sitting on
Oh,
the
yeah.
couch for too long.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Got you. Yeah.
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 So
Sure.
it's the most powerful thing. I may have mentioned it to you when we were talking, but there was a study where two groups of mice ate the same amount of food and the same type of food. The only thing they changed was the amount of time that one group got to eat. One group got to eat between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. Another group got to eat whenever they wanted. time restricted group lived 30% longer. And the same mechanisms that turned on in them that contributed to the longevity, those same mechanisms turn on in us. That's that rejuvenation
And
that
so,
I'm talking about.
and so that was because you only ate an 8-hour period out of the day. And the other 16 hours, 16 hours.
Whenever they wanted. The other group ate, the other 16 hours, no food.
So that's when your body sort of burned off what you ate.
So let's say you eat between 12 and 8, right?
Okay.
By 4 a.m., your body's gone through everything that you eat. And now from 4 a.m. to 12, it's going off of what's stored. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
But also in that time period, your digestive system gets a break. And aging is stress.
Yeah.
Right? The less you can stress your body, that's not in a healthy way.
Sure.
The longer you will live.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so that's why this fasting thing is so powerful.
Right.
Because it gives your body a break from always digesting, which takes a lot of energy.
Wow. So how do you stress yourself? That's interesting. I guess I need to talk to my mom about this one.
Yeah.
My mom had 11 kids, and she's 94. And my biggest stressor comes from my 6 kids.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So when there are things that are stressors that you can't do anything about, then you have to have coping mechanisms, meditation, exercise, right? Doing challenging things that are more stressful than.
Well, I mean, it's a normal stressor, I guess, being a parent. Maybe I'm over the top. You know, because I guess my dad was more of a control freak, you know, old school type guy, you know, disciplinary, you know. And I guess having 11 kids, 7 boys, I guess he had to be, you know.
Wow.
And but it was much easier back then, you know, of course, than now, because now, you know, the world's so different.
How about say you're not competing with the world?
Yeah.
They weren't competing with the world.
The world is so different, man. So I see exactly what you're saying. You know, that's pretty. I can buy into what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I can buy into what you're talking about, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
you know, because I'm in.
Well, get that watch.
Okay.
That'll be a good start.
Well, I'll try to do that tomorrow.
Good.
There's no particular brand I have to buy. Yeah?
Fitbit or Garmin, or if you want to just do an Apple Watch.
Okay.
That connects with the phone.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest.
Okay, my wife has Apple. Maybe I borrow it. Nah, she didn't let me borrow it.
And yeah, man. At the end of the day, this has got to be like a 1-2 priority.
Yeah.
In order for it to create a lifestyle.
Right.
You know,
so is it important that I see weight loss daily, or that's not as important?
Daily, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it daily. Maybe over the course of maybe weekly, monthly, I would look at it. Because there are going to be fluctuations.
Yeah.
But what you want to see is a downward trend.
Got it.
Right? The most impactful thing is going to be the number of calories that you take in versus the number of calories that you burn.
Got it. That makes sense.
It is a simple equation for the most part.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, well, we're going to make it happen.
Sounds good. Well, I'm gonna send you some notifications about the sugary drinks primarily.
Yes, okay. Yes. And you said if I run that app, I'll be able to find out exact places I can go to.
In the nutrition section, yes.
Okay.
You can find restaurants.
Any recommendations?
So I eat Mediterranean food. That's kind of like hummus. You ever heard of? I like that kind of food.
Yeah, one of my daughters love that.
Indian food, very good. But basically, the restaurants that have lots of spices and beans.
Right. My wife says stay away from Chinese food.
probably. Yeah, I don't eat too much Chinese food. I don't have anything like super against it. They live pretty long. They live pretty long lives. But
they probably eat the stuff that we eat.
The Chinese food out here is often high in sodium.
Yes.
That's the main one. Like I can feel it.
I bet you get sick probably when you eat it. You probably kind of
I don't get sick. But I can feel it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like compared to when I eat it at the Mediterranean restaurant, the Indian restaurant.
Right.
The Chinese foods, even like the good quality ones that I've been to, seem to be pretty high in sodium.
Yeah. Are there any quality Chinese food? Because every time I see them, they look kind of, kind of raunchy. I can tell they handle money and kitchen, kind of feedback. You always see stuff kind of.
The restaurants here are meeting the demand of the market.
That's right. Yeah.
So that
point. That speaks about me right there.
There are probably some healthy restaurants. Healthy Chinese restaurants here. Sure.
Right.
But
I got you.
We want unhealthy Chinese food.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We go for flavor, for taste.
And so they trying to make money. That's
right. You're right. Yeah. So no, man. You got me thinking. So I appreciate this. Like I said, I'm on the backside of I'm not on the backside of the mountain, but I'm on the backside of the slope. Yeah. And I'm gonna try to bring that slope up a little bit, kind of prolong it.
Yeah.
It would be a travesty for me to get out here before 82.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good goal. What I really see in this though, based on what you were telling me, there's a lot of opportunity in you changing just a few things. Like there's a lot of opportunity to change that trajectory by just changing a few things. Exactly. So even if it's not looking great right now, or even though it's not looking great right now, it's not like
doomsday.
It's not doomsday, and there aren't too many things that you have to do to get yourself on a better.
Well, I'm going to the doctor, and finally got myself a full health insurance plan.
Okay.
Very costly.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put it to use. Is there anything in particular I need to do as far as recognition of getting a track record? Like for example, earlier you mentioned blood. Something you mentioned about proteins in your blood.
Yep. Open the app real quick, and after you go to that appointment, we can meet up again, and I can help you input those into the. Yeah. Okay. So in the physical health section, click physical health right there. That's the one right next to nutrition. Okay. So this is where you're going to be tracking, and if you want to find a doctor, you can find a black doctor right here in the primary care section.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a primary doctor.
Okay, yeah, you can find a primary care doctor right in there. There's some nearby here as well. But you can put your blood pressure, so you're going to get that number. Yeah. You can put your total cholesterol.
Okay.
You can put your LDL cholesterol. All of those. You're going to get those numbers at that appointment. Yes. And then we can meet up again and we can put that in.
Okay.
And then that'll be the true representation of your score.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because those numbers are more indicative of your health risk really than anything else.
Yes.
We want to get, for example, the LDL cholesterol. We don't need it, really.
Right.
Or very minimal amounts. There are animals and humans that don't have any. So there are humans that have like genetic mutations to where they don't have LDL. The incidence of heart disease in those humans is like 0.
That's crazy.
And there are humans that have just through genetic predisposition like high levels, no matter what they eat. Their incidence of heart disease is high. That's your genetic influence.
Yeah, like for example, my bilirubin has always been elevated since I was a young man.
Okay.
And
young man, what age?
It started at 21 is when I started taking the test.
Okay.
Bilirubin. And it's always been elevated.
Did you have any symptoms of elevated?
No. Well, so the doctor said that it's hereditary.
Right. So that's why it's so important to measure your health early and often. Right. Because, you may have gone into the doctor at 40 and they seen elevated bilirubin, but you had never seen it before. Right. And they they treat that accordingly. Yes. But that's normal for you. Yes. If you don't have many symptoms around it, obviously it's important to continue to monitor it. Sure. If any symptoms ever do emerge, but if that's okay for you, that's okay for you. Right. That's why it's so important to measure your health measure these numbers as
Right,
early as you
right.
possibly can, so you can establish a baseline.
Right. That makes
Then
sense.
we can now if it's higher than it's
Yeah,
normally,
yes.
then
yes.
okay, now we got a
Yes.
problem.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna get that done. Hopefully, they'll get in next week sometime.
Okay.
In fact, this place right here, I can just go to radio, LCMC radio.
I said option, right?
Yeah, that's
Or CMC or option?
that's not an option. It's LCMC.
Okay.
No, is it? No, it's not even LCMC. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think auction LCMC probably only tuning.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Until Bear rolls
But
out.
there's an option just open it over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Right by the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. I did either now.
We're gonna have our own clinics one day.
Think so?
I know so. That's the whole. That's the
Okay.
game plan. Yeah.
Okay.
All centered around this
Okay.
app. Yeah.
Awesome.
So different type
Awesome.
of healthcare.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Okay, my man. So we'll talk soon.
Sounds good.
Have a great one.
Appreciate it.
Yes.